good morning friends. So in this video again we are taking some special types of the questions which do not suggest whether they need to be integrated with the help of integration by parts or by method of substitution or by any other method known to you. So these kind of questions can only be tackled just by practicing solving them and just by understanding, because they do not indicate any visible known mathematical pattern. So let's deal these kind of question. Here I have some. So one is integral of log x plus 1 over log x whole square dx. Now this is all given together. So you do not know how to solve this question, whether you should start solving them by breaking into two integrals and solving them together. But after solving, I am pretty sure that everybody will come to know that how this question can be solved. So let's start. Suppose I start like a novice without having any prejudice or without having any prior knowledge of integration. Just I simply approach the idea of integration by parts. So this question I can take it as, suppose I have another function, because one function is missing. So I can write this as 1 as log x. And mind you that in all these cases the basis of these expressed logarithms are e, that is called the natural logarithms, dx plus integration of 1 over log x whole square dx. Then I apply the rule of integration because L has the high order preferences. So log x will be my u and the 1 will be my v, because LA, this is logarithm function and this is one is algebraical function. So this is my u and this will be my v. So in this case we always keep u unchanged, so I write log x integration of 1 dx minus integration of differentiation of unchanged, that is log x into integration of 1 dx. This curly bracket should be closed. I write box bracket here, and then the curly should be here. Yes. Okay. Then plus integration by 1 by log x whole square dx. Then here we go, and then this is x, because integration of 1 dx is x, so x into log x minus differentiation of log x. So when we have produced differentiation of log x, that is 1 over x. What is differentiation of log something? That is 1 over something, and the differentiation of that something. So differentiation of log x will be 1 over log x into differentiation of log x, that is 1 over x, and integration of 1 is x dx plus. I am not doing this one because I have solved this question many times, and after some times you will also realize why I am not integrating this one. I am just keeping this whole thing, this term as unchanged. Why? So first let's do log x whole square dx. Now here x and x cancel. Now in this condition we have to find the integration of this whole thing. So let's continue. So now here you see that x log x minus, here now this x and 1 by x have already cancelled each other. So we have another function, again we'll go by very same rule here, So I take this function. So again this is a logarithmic function and this is 1. So what we do, that I write this whole thing in a box. Then first you find the integral of 1, that is x. Keep 1 by log x together, 1 by log x unchanged, minus integration of 1 dx, that is x again, and the differentiation of 1 over log x. What is differentiation of 1 over log x? In the differentiation also method of substitution works very much same way. Like if you have to find the differentiation of 1 over log x, what is differentiation of 1 over x? So differentiation of 1 over x is minus 1 over x square, and differentiation of 1 over log x will be minus 1 over log x whole square into differentiation of this log x, that is 1 by x. So we call it differentiation of 1 over x is minus 1 over x square. When we have differentiation of 1 over something, something means other than x, then the answer will be minus 1 over something square into differentiation of that something, that gives you 1 by x. So this is x into what we'll get, minus 1 by log x this whole square into x. Now you see that you have almost got this very same term which we have kept unchanged from the very beginning, because we are getting the same thing in the negative order, so they actually will cancel each other. That's why. And you can also understand this just by solving, but since we should also learn from the experiences of others, that's why we are just showing you that if you continue integrating this also using the very same technique, you will reach somewhere else, and these two terms you will never see them together, so they will never cancel each other. So that is x log x minus x over log x. I hope you all see this term because I am at the bottom of the whiteboard. And then this plus integration of x. So this minus and minus becomes plus, and this minus again makes it minus. So this is minus x over, sorry, here I made a mistake. This is 1 by x I need here, because this is 1 by x. Okay, so x over log x whole square into 1 over x. So this 1 by x and 1 by x will cancel, so you get only 1, plus integration of log x whole square. So now these two cancel each other, and what you get, just see here. So what you get, x log x minus x over log x. See, and this is my final answer. So this is how this particular special case can be solved. Okay, now I'll take another example that is also a special case. So now here this is another example. This goes like e to the power ax cos bx dx. Now, so if you see the order, then this is e to the power ax is exponentiation. So this is my v, because this is at the end of this hierarchy, and this cos bx is trigonometry. So this is t, so this is my u. So let's continue. Keep u unchanged. Cos bx into integration of e to the power ax dx minus integration of product of differentiation of cos bx into integration of e to the power x dx. So this is cos bx into e to the power ax over a minus differentiation of cos bx is minus b sin bx. So minus b sine bx, and integration of this e to the power ax is as usual e to the power ax over a. So let me write nicely, e to the power ax over a dx. Now here you see that after one round we have e to the power x sine bx, because cos has become c. So this gives us intuition that if we continue, I'll get my e to the power x cos bx again in the second round. Let's see how. So here you write e to the power ax cos bx upon a, plus I write b by a taking outside, sine bx e to the power ax dx. So again we have reached to the very same form, so just we continue. So it goes like e to the power ax cos bx over a plus b over a. Now I use box bracket, and then I get sine bx e to the power ax by a, very same way, cosine bx unchanged, and integration of e to the power ax is just e to the power ax by a, so I have written it directly, minus differentiation, integration of product of differentiation and integration of this one again. So product of differentiation of sine bx is b cos bx and e to the power ax by a dx. Now there you see we have found our integral back into the expression. And if you again continue, so cos will further become sine and sine will become further cos. So there is no ending of this will keep on happening. Now how to eliminate this term, let me explain you. So this is e to the power ax cos bx over a plus b over a square e to the power ax sine bx minus b square over a square. And this term I would like to write, instead of writing this all, I will simply write it as I, because I is integral e to the power ax cos bx dx, and here again we have same thing, integral e to the power ax cos bx. So I just write at the place of this I, maintaining this coefficient b square over a square. So this expression here, say you have one I here and another I here. So I'll transform this I on this side of expression, and then I'll get it as, so this becomes I, and then I plus b square upon a square I, and then e to the power ax, these two terms, cos bx upon a plus b upon a square e to the power ax sine bx. So if I take I common, then here we will get 1 plus b square upon a square is e to the power ax cos bx upon a plus b upon a square e to the power ax sine bx. So now I write I as, this term is actually a square, this term is giving you a square plus b square upon b square. So here I write, if I just, upon a square. So if I take this on this side, a square will go on top and 1 is cancelled. So what you get? 1 over a square plus b square. I take e to the power ax also, and then you get a cos bx plus b sine bx. This is what the final answer is. So if you just writing on the paper, then you can get the very same expression. And these videos are just suggestive. If you only watch the videos and do not practice, there is no gain. You will never gain anything. So mathematics is just a subject where it requires tremendous practice, and unless you practice, you can never believe that how these particular ideas work. Thank you very much. Just subscribe to our channel and keep learning with us.